live with another attempt to freaking harness the energy storm we are all riding. Who am I? Well, I'm the energy reader, and I can't even get a hold of this shit. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle. Strap yourself in. Lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God, first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, I guess the last one, and anything in my shorts. I made a video this morning that went real sour. Real sour? No, not really. It's just the only person that needed to hear it was me. Let's just leave it at that. Because it already said that the sensitivity levels were too high. And it said there was going to be projection, and I caught myself projecting. Really? Yeah, I was projecting on my twin flames when really I'm just mad at God. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to repeat the mean things I said, but what it was is like, I'm trying to close these chapters up, and I've got a lot of, as I call, disgust towards some of these things. Confirmation. I pulled a card earlier. I'm just gonna skip it. Okay, I can't skip it because nobody saw it. But I pulled the Metatron card. And the Metatron card told me to fucking not go to my appointment and chill, and that didn't really make me go crazy or anything. But it asked in the first question, it's like to check in and see what's bothering you. And I asked myself what was bothering me, and myself had a lot to say about this. Yes, I was very bothered. Really? Yeah. And so I kind of was like, and I don't like you, and how fucking dare you, and if I ever see you in the street type shit. Really? Yeah, it's in there. Not my proudest moment. I've had so many of them. But realistically, it's like, I'm pretty bothered. And that's what the card said. You just need to sit down and check in with yourself. And I was like, I hate asking this question. And as soon as I asked it, I just started pouring out through the whole card. And I was like, no wonder God doesn't want me to go outside. I'm already bothered. Really? Today was a day of clarity. You're supposed to sit back and check in with yourself and listen to yourself and let yourself rant and rave. And I really was pissed off at God because it's like, what I was talking about is I'm going through a lot right now in general. But what I was talking about was I got a download last night. I didn't get a download last night. I heard somebody in the universe talking about what's your loyalty to these fucking twin flames. And I went in a whole fucking dark night of the soul on that one. It's like, I owe them nothing. God loves them, and He believes in them, and as nothing more than a worker of God that does everything He says, I'm called to do His work when it comes to them. I was like, nobody else believes in them. I can't find this damn card. Really? I mean, nobody else gives a shit about them. It's like, why do I give a shit? I don't. God does. God cares. It's not my business. It's His business. And since I work for God, He makes it my business. Mind your business is how I heard it. All right, hold on. I'm trying to find a card. Oh, gosh. Where are we at? We're in the dark night of the soul. We're in this place right here. Really? Yeah. I posted last night that I went through a paradigm shift. I can feel it when it happens. The best way I can describe it is when you're leaving your body, but not by choice, but by force. You can feel yourself pulling out of your body. Really? Yeah, it's a conscious shift. You come back to your body, but you come back a different thing. Really? Yeah, and it's scary when it happens because you know that you're being pulled away from people. And when you come back, you're not going to, it's going to be like as the wheel turns is what they call that. Really? So the shadow release came from that. So I heard myself in my video yesterday. I was going off about 3 particular twin flames. So I went deep into it on my last video. And all I needed to hear was how I felt about it. And that's why it's important to hear your own truth, because you just start rattling and your mind really just spits out what it spits out. And it's good to hear what it spits out because it's not, you know what I mean? It's like the unconscious thoughts and stuff. So I had spoke about their tendencies and their behaviors. And I had spoke about a lot of stuff and it came back today. And it was realistically the way it came back today is I was putting them down, and because of that I had to, like, put the video down. I didn't delete it. I just put it on private, and then I watched it on my own part of it, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. I'm very angry at God for making me go through these situations, no matter how good I know they were for me. I'm still angry about it. And that's what is happening right now. I'm angry that you even put me in these situations. I was angry from the beginning when my heart opened up to each and every one of them. I didn't want to love this person for all obvious reasons, bro. You can go back to the very beginning when I was working with Kanye, and I was making a lot of noise on the internet when I was still in my music, trying to explain that Kanye was going through an awakening, and that I was trying to get people to see Kanye in a different light. And I had a lot of freaking people, especially even Brian. It was like, I don't get into that, and I don't know how I feel about that. It was like, I couldn't get people to give Kanye forgiveness and an opportunity to show a different light. And of course, he came out and looked stupid on his own. I'm like, fucking Kanye. But, shit like that. It's like, why them? God chose them. And realistically, if I didn't know my Akashic records, I could just look like a fucking lunatic out here. But God believes in them, despite what you see on the surface, which I see too. God believes in them. Realistically, yeah. So I was kind of really angry about this. It's like, I don't like, it's like, it's a sensitive subject. I don't even want to deal with these motherfuckers. Realistically, I mean, it's a job. And it's not my job. It's, if I didn't, who in the universe, the Pope, what spiritualist, what human being is going to get to them and make them know that God loves them and he has a purpose for them and he wants to use their power and strength to make this world a better place? Who in the fucking universe is talking to these motherfuckers like that? Who of them knows, who in the universe knows their secret pains and sufferings? I didn't know. He tells me all things, and then I become very aware. It's God work. I just work for God. Realistically, yeah, he's all in your business. And I don't know shit about you until he makes me aware of your life and shit and what he's doing in your life. I know what God's doing all the time. I just don't know what he's doing with everybody. And that's really it. And I try to stick to, what he's doing with me. And that's enough. I'd be pissed off at him for what he's doing with me. You want me to talk to him about what he's doing to you? We're just supposed to understand the doing. Really? 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 So we're doing a shadow release. That's what came out of it. Meditation and connecting with our spirit guides. That's the coolest thing about doing what I do. Whenever I go into the dark, there's my dark soldiers. They were there to walk me through the darkness. Kobe, Pac, Michael Jackson, Nipsey. Anytime I go into the dark to do this, and that's cool because I'll be doing this forever. I got friends indeed. Really? Yeah. They walk me through the dark night of the soul as I walk you through the valleys of the shadows of death. Yeah, these are fucking shadows and they're killing me. That's for sure. Realistically, yeah. So you think that you feel all good and everything about it until you tap in and then you ask your true feelings about how you feel about this. And when you know that you're angry, then you got to feel, it's not that it's terrible to feel angry, but you got to allow yourself to feel angry. I didn't cry or anything, but I'm just like, why, God? That's so fucking stupid that you fucking made me deal with these motherfuckers. Like, realistically, the bigger picture, right? How could I feel safe in a relationship with men that I didn't feel safe with? Right? Like, why did you put me? It's so stupid. I was just mad at them a little bit because they're just a typical brand of man. And that's where it was. Who? Russ and Wolfman and Bobby. They're like layers to the bullshit. And realistically, I point that out in my video yesterday. And it was all part of a bigger lesson. And that's really what it is. It's like, layers of life, I guess, layers of hell. And you're made to, have compassion and understanding and forgiveness for, I guess, in my position, the things you hate most, your enemies, if you would. They weren't my enemies, but it's something that I was at war with. So that becomes, you know what I mean? Really? Yeah. Something like that. So realistically, I don't know. That's just what came up. A whole bunch of shit came up in that video, and I was like really upset at God. I just like, fucking fuck you, Bobby, your fucking hamburger helper ass fucking bitch ass wife. And I was like, I really went really deep on these guys again. It's very unhealed. But it just goes to show that I'm still not okay with this. And it really has nothing to do with you. It just has to do with God. Why did I come towards you? Because God. Why do I do anything that I do? And that's what you didn't see in that video. Every single thing I do is a calling from God. Even if I don't know what the fuck I am doing, I'm still going to do it. And again, I knew from the get go when my heart opened up to this was a fucking failed mission to begin with. Really? I did not want to fucking be in love with a married man. And I did everything to try to stop it. And the only way to stop it was to give in to it according to my heart. But it was never going to bring me happiness. It was only going to bring me fucking pain and suffering. Really? Yeah, what a bastard. I mean, it brought me the happiness of the growth that I learned from it. But it's like my heart literally called me into fucking a fight. And it always does. And it's like, what's my heart? God. God's leading me into this. My Holy Spirit, you know what I mean? In the sense of the higher source, if you want to be like that. So it's like, why did you allow? Because he won't even allow me to go to my appointment today, but he'll allow me to go do some stupid shit like that. And that's where it is. It's like, I understand why we did all these things, but it doesn't mean I'm not bothered by what you took me through, God. Why did you know what I mean? It's not why anymore. I understand why. So it's not even that. It's just like a pouty thing that I'm having with God right now. And something very important came out. It was like, if Bobby left his wife, would you take him now? Would you take him? I'm not sure I feel that way anymore, is what really came out. I don't feel safe around him. And that's something that I need in my life. And as I said that, I don't trust. And you can't be with someone, around somebody, or have anything real without trust. So I'm not sure. In my current state of being, I don't believe that that's what I want anymore. I believe I want more. And I think that was always the problem, is because I always wanted more. But I also had to learn. Really? Yeah, that's where I'm at in my shadow release. And it's just, it's not individuals. It's more like I've got some animosity towards what I hear. Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's it. I'm really pissed off about the way that, the games that God's playing. Really? He be playing games. What number is that? 37. Realistically, I mean, you look at these. He sent me out on impossible missions. And I believe that, I can change the world, which I do. Ripple effects that have long lasting effects. But in the essence, I'm going for gold. I'm going for gold on this, right? So I'm trying to get Lewis to fucking, I'm trying to rehabilitate these men. And nothing is coming out of it but my own rehabilitation. So yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my own victory, but it's not grateful to get on a bus with a bunch of losers. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm grateful for my own victories, but not the fact that everybody else fucking not the fucking ride I rode in on. That's the most kindest way I can alchemize what it is. Really? Okay. How you view the world is how you view yourself. This always happens right before and during a paradigm shift. Why? I don't know. It's just the vaporization. And that's what I tried to explain. It's like draining the oil, dude. The shit that comes out is not so good. They're going to flush you out and put new shit in you. but the shit that comes out is not so good. When the putrefaction oracle shows up, it's time to face the difficult shadows within and become conscious to what you are projecting into the world. And that's what I said. They said to watch out for people projecting, and I caught myself. And that's where it was. I was like, oh, it's not somebody else, it's me. Really? I mean, you are who you are, and God loves you, and so do the people. And God bless America, and God bless the Queen. Fuck it. I'm just saying, I have some sour feelings about everything and everyone, and I'm entitled to have those feelings from what I've been through. I can't be all love and light about it. That's fake. That's not true to the nature of the fucking devastation I've been through. You can't just come out of what I've been through as, a victory. No. In the quiet spaces, you have some animosity. You have a fucking disgusting remembrance of what it felt like to be you during these missions that were nearly impossible. And you made it out with your life, a brand new life, but it was just, you know, and at this particular time, it was just, as I had to go through some serious fucking rehabilitation when it came to, these men. And it was just like, oh God. I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's like, I never had cancer or I had to do chemo. But it's like, you think about, you're grateful that you're alive and that the chemo worked, but you'll never forget how painful it was to go through the chemo. That's a good way to describe it. That shit killed me, literally. That's what made me it transformed me. It was through the death of them, like dealing with them, that killed me. Life wasn't really killing me. God was pulling me through some killer things, but it wasn't. It was very calm. It was just this storm inside. I'm telling you, you could look back and it's in those videos. We were just on just an adventure. The days were pretty calm. It wasn't like we were moving around a lot during the days and moving. We would stay in places and, you know, gather our minds or gather the situation and then we would move and stuff. It wasn't too chaotic. It was just the chaos inside of the transformational process I was going through. And why is this all coming to the surface? Because I'm I guess leery about going into those videos because in those videos I'm shattered. I don't know what's going on. I only can tell you now, but I had no idea what was going on and I'm losing my mind and my feelings are out of control and there's a heart calling me and people think I'm crazy. And to go watch myself relive those painful experiences is not something I'm looking forward to. And it was real life and it was only 2 years ago. It wasn't like 5 years ago. It wasn't like, this is and these people are still very active in my life, so I'm kind of sore to the touch. Really? It started to come up. I started talking about Russ. I started talking about fucking, I guess Brian because Brian was in the beginning. You know what I mean? And then I come to the end and it reminds me of where I was when I saw you versus where I am now and what I've been through. Call it 2 years if you want, but Jesus Christ, you have no idea what I've been through. Not on the outside though. I mean, yeah, my outside was weird. I don't think the outside world, yeah, living in my car and doing all that shit, that's pretty bodacious. But the inside world, having my inside world, you know what I mean, pulled apart like that, every part of my being, like a car. Really? And that's what's bringing it up, I suppose. It's like I still am that person, obviously. And that's where I'm still the life of the party and I'm still all these things, but I'm so much more than that. And the more I became dimmed what I was because I'm more of what I'm meant to be, or I'm not really sure. But then I think about it and it's like what it really was. Hmm. Difficult shadows. Psychoanalyst. I was thinking about. I was going to do a teaching last night about Carl Jung and the psyche and everything, but then I had a paradigm shift. I was sitting right in front of the camera, and like I just couldn't do it. Then I tried to watch a movie and I couldn't do it. I couldn't listen to music. I just had to pray myself into a sleep chamber, The healing chamber. Really? Yeah. And I woke up this morning and it's just like a whole energetic storm around me. I'm like, oh God, I'm not grounded. I just need to sit. And that's literally what the card said. Stop doing shit. And I almost started doing it even after I read the card, which was trying to get my car registered and doing all this shit. And I was like, I'm burning the candle at both ends. At this moment, I have to stop my outside world because my inside world's getting is coming up. It's not that it's overflowing, it's coming to the surface so that I need to focus on it. And that's what the cards are saying. They're pushing it to the surface, and I don't need it to come out while I'm doing other shit. And all the shit that I gotta do can wait. Really? Yep, I have to just stop. And that's what it was. It was an all stop. Psychoanalyst Carl Jung describes the shadow as our untamed true nature, that we hide from the world to feel safe and accepted in our environments. It's just as much to say that in my quiet space I cry about what they've done, what I've been through. What came out was not it wasn't the sadness, it was the anger about it, which underneath is usually sadness. I went through a lot. I really did. The authentic side of ourselves is hidden by a mask to protect itself when we experience trauma or challenges. And I'm feeling vulnerable. That's where it is there's so much change going around on my outside world. And I'm like, I got it. I got it. I got it. There's so much going on that my insides it's triggering again because it's like it's being remembered of all that chaos from before. But it's a good chaos, but it's just the same. It's chaos. Doesn't matter if it's good chaos or bad chaos. It's chaos. Really? Mhm. So it's bringing it up. It's like I don't you know what I mean? There's so much going on my outside every day. That's what I said in my last reading. It's like as soon as I put something down, I pick something up. And it's like now I got to just put it all down for a minute. Really? At least through today, I'm not doing shit, bro. And I'm trying to stop my mind from thinking about it. It's got like this to-do list and I can't focus because it just keeps trying to there's so much on that to-do list. Really? Yeah, I have to stop it. I can do it all in one day almost, but it's just that it's suffocating me. My life picked up a little too fast and I'm like, "Oh, I can keep up. I can do all this." And I keep rescheduling all this stuff and I keep filling up my schedule and I'm getting overwhelmed and I needed to stop. And then when I stopped to check in with myself, you know what I mean? How am I feeling? I was feeling very angry. Why? Because on the surface of everything that's going on, I know love is in the air. It came in the cards yesterday, the lover's card. And so my shadows of sex came up and then I started thinking, also this situation with all these men and how this has happened. I guess all the failure of it and everything started coming up again. Really? If you asked what I did it for, I was in love and I couldn't control it. And I kept trying to. But if I gave into it, I was learning and understanding. But it wasn't about someone loving me on the other side. I got a lot of growth and everything out of it, but I didn't get a partner. I didn't get a partner out of it. So when they're telling me to go for love, I'm scared because I know this doesn't really work so well for me. Are you going to teach me another hard lesson? And I can't be afraid of the hard lesson because I need to learn it if I'm ever going to be in love. It's like, okay, this is either going to be the one or I'm about to learn another hard lesson. Try to love another person that doesn't want to love me. There's no difference to me in your pathetic dating life. The difference is mine comes from God, I guess. But that's how we can all look back at our failed relationships is we keep trying to love people that won't love us back or can't or don't know how. And it gets annoying and you don't want to love. And that's just kind of like, ugh. You get weary about even doing it. You're excited about it, but in the back of your head, you're like, this kind of never works out for me. But I'm going to give it my best. And that's kind of where I am at. And then I'm like, okay. But then it's like, well, how come it never works out? Why can't it ever just work out? Why do you keep making me do this? Karma. That's lovely. So it's all accepting, but it's angering. I'm allowed to be angry about experiencing my karma, and I have full understanding of why things are the way they are. But it doesn't take away the feelings inside of the body. My job is to just alchemize them and accept I'm angry, and I'm allowed to be angry. I just can't hurt anyone with my anger. It's mine, and it's from my experience, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's okay. And that's going back to your hurt. I'm hurt. And it's my hurt. And I'm not allowed to hurt other people because I'm hurt. But it's mine. And I can't ask God to take it away. And no matter what I do, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to deal with this. I'm going to have to deal with my own anger issues, whatever angers me. And that's it. They're my feelings. I can't pretend like I'm not angry. I can't pretend like I'm not hurt. All I can do is deal with it. And that's what everybody else doesn't understand. That's the bigger picture. Is I pretended like my whole life I wouldn't allow myself to be hurt by anything. I looked very angry, but I wouldn't allow myself to have feelings about anything. So now I have to do just the opposite and allow myself to feel terrible, but not make other people feel terrible because I feel terrible, and go to the root of what makes me feel terrible and try to eliminate some of those terrible feelings, as many as I can. But at the bottom of the line, it's like, I just have a terrible feeling about this. And it's okay to acknowledge that, some things I can't just make this go away. And that goes back to, you know what I mean? These particular twin flames. I have animosity towards you, and no sense of love and light or Jesus is going to take away my feelings. My feelings are validated at least by me. Now projecting them on you and calling you all kinds of fuckboys, and you guys are fucking pathetic, and you don't even know how to face your fucking feelings and grow the fuck up and be men. That's not nice. Right? Because really, all I want you to do is face your fucking feelings, grow up, and be men that I can love and love me back. But in the way you are, it's like, I can't love you, and all I want to do is love you. But look at you. It's not going to work because of who you are, not because of who I am. And all I have is all this unbelievable love to give to you, and I can't, because it's just going to be abused by a man like you. Because you don't know how to accept it, and you don't know how to reciprocate it. And that's all going back to God. So I didn't choose to love you. I guess after a while, I found more reasons to love you. I found reasons to love you, but I didn't to begin with. Why do you love him? I don't even know. I can tell you things that I love about you now. But before, no. No. And no. And no. So that's all it is. I guess that's what it is. It's like it's right there, and I'm like, oh, God. And I'm always like, don't make me. Because it's really a beautiful thing to see me love. But it's not fucking beautiful when it blows up in my face, bro. It's ugly. It's ugly. It hurts, bro. And it's ugly. And I'm mad about it. And I don't want that to happen. And nobody does. And so that's just the truth of all things. Really? Yeah. So very vulnerable. And it's so easy to say, but it's not easy to say. It's easy to put into words, but not to say. Let me write this down on a little note. You can just pass it. Put it in a caption. Capture me rolling. Here we go. The authentic side of ourselves is hidden by a mask to protect itself when we experience trauma or challenges. Yeah, and I'm trying to be brave and go date and not act like I am scared to death of this. like go talk to someone. Shut up, bro. They're always trying to make me look brave. And I go out there with the brave face all shaking in my fucking bones, bro. Like, I don't want to do this. I'm so fucking scared. Really? You have no idea what it means to fight your fears. You just do it scared. You don't stop being scared doing it. You're scared the whole time you're doing it. It's very scary. This card calls for you to do the inner work around how you perpetuate suffering in your own reality. It's just coming to acceptance. You can see it's all there. You just need to accept all this. I do accept it. And when it's all done and I accept for what's been done, I still am left with the feeling. Really? Yeah. And that's why it's like, when it's all said and done, I'm still left with this gross feeling towards Russ. I still have a gross feeling towards fucking Wolfman. I can't even tell you what it is anymore. I said something stupid like his chapped lips. For him, it's his fucking face. For this guy, I can't remember his face, so who knows? Something. I don't even know. It's just it's a gross feeling that I put on your outside, but it's on my inside, and it's a remembrance of you. It's the feeling I get when I think of you. And I'm allowed to feel that way. And every time I see you, it confirms why I feel that way. See, he's a whole douchebag. You're allowed to hate him. It's not hate, it's just disgust. It doesn't change that I love and care for you, and I hope for you, but I'm left with this overwhelming feeling of disgust. Really? For myself and the whole situation. And then I just kind of hate God. Like, ugh. But again, I get it. Why? There's no answer. I don't ask him why. I know the answer to all the whys. And that's what I mean. It's just a feeling that you're left with, a residual feeling. Really? It's like your skin. It's like that's what the skin feels like. If you poke right there, that's what skin feels like. If you say that word, that's what it feels like. Can I change my feelings? I've been trying. I can't. It's not in my mind. It's real. It's how I feel about you, dude. I feel disgusted by you. And why? You as a person, dude. And that's just it. It's like God showed that you can love the most grimy ass people. And I show that all the time. I know some really low life people, and I have nothing but love for them. Really. They live some really tragic lives and they do some really grimy shit. And I wish they didn't. But I love them as individuals and I know them to be good people underneath with their everyday deeds and doings. And that's some Jesus type shit, to see past the savage, to see the heart underneath the fucking beast. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's a person underneath their evil doings. Even Big Orange up there, he's such an annoying fucking potato head. That's God's kid, bro. And as ugly and foul and sinister as he is, God loves him. And yes, God would love him to be more compassionate and more understanding and very more forgiving. And he'd like him not to be that guy to these people. And he wishes he could, God's not going to take Trump's life because Trump won't get it right. He's not going to destroy Trump because Trump can't figure out how to be a nice person. If that was the case, he would have killed all of you already. It might be on his dying bed that Trump, realizes. But he means good in his heart. He's trying to do some kind of good for somebody. And that's what God sees, is that goodness. Not the shit not the bad shit. And he sees that too. But he believes in that goodness. And that's really kind of how it is. It's like, man, it's not a bad guy. He just has some bad doings. Really? When you were born as a child, that's what God sees you as, that child. And he'll show me those images when I look at you. I'll be ready to curse you out. And then all of a sudden he'll show me a picture of you as a child. It's like, don't hurt my child. He sees you as a child that's, even though your skin keeps growing, you still don't know nothing. You get no knowing. It's like, don't. Forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, like all of them though? Yeah. Okay, whatever. Big orange. Really? Yeah. That's what Jesus showed. Jesus loved the people that people said that God didn't love. And he showed them God's love. He literally gave it to them. He gave God's love. And that's what the disciples did. They gave God's love through their words and whatever little acts they could do. That's what that is. So I just want you to understand that. It's like, I don't doubt that you guys will be great men one day. I was mad. I was hurt by the fact that you couldn't be a great man for me. And we'll just leave it at that. How about that? And I'm sure anyone else would tell you the same. That's all. That's the nicest way I can say it. I don't doubt that you'll be a great man one day. You know, Bobby asked me something stupid like that. Are you mad that Hamburger Helper is being taken care of? Not if that's how it's done. No, just kidding. He tried to hurt me with that. And when he said that, I guess it hit a shadow because I, at that point, had obviously exposed through all of my life that nobody had ever taken care of me the way he takes care of his wife. And that was the same thing. I was getting battled by that by fucking Russ at the same time. Oh, I take care of my girl and I love my girl and I do all this for my girl and I'm this kind of guy and this, that, and the other. Why did Russ do that? Because I told him he couldn't be a good man. So he had to show me he was a great man. Same thing as Wolfman. I told Wolfman the same thing. So he had to show me what kind of man he was. All right, man. Realistically, Bobby has to show me how great he is in his marriage. You're showing the wrong, I guess. What are you, you're confusing me. I'm not sure what you're showing me. I think you're playing mind games. Realistically, whatever. Lewis wants to show that he won't give up. That's not helpful. Marshall has to show that he still has something else to say. Okay. Forget it. I was doomed to begin with. But it wasn't, I guess, as much as I made the mission about you, the mission was never about you. It was about me. And even though we didn't come together, we definitely came together. And we have a bond that's unbreakable, that, beyond sex and touch and all of that bullshit and all of that. But when I'm talking about this is like, again, on the surface, despite today, love is in the air, right? So again, I had said, if someone's trying to, make attempts to love you, or you're guided to make attempts to love someone, you have to go with that flow. As I know this to be, and I be in my masculine energy, it's like reach out or something. And that's where it is like, don't say nothing. There was a time I would have proposed to you. Realistically, I propose that we should get married, Norbit. You got a girlfriend? Never mind. It's in the movies. You'll enjoy it. Let's just move on. Where are you projecting your own shortcomings, pain, trauma, and angst, amongst others? Projection occurs when you are triggered and reactive to your outer world. This is because of the pain of past traumas. And realistically, who am I to say you weren't ready for a relationship when we can look back and see very clearly I was definitely not ready for a relationship with any of you? Not even. I'd be thinking I'm ready. I thought I was born ready. I never had a relationship in my life. Realistically, not a healthy one. Not a healthy one. Well, let's just say that. Ooh, that's very honest. So fucking true. I feel very seen. That's what it is. You take it all off. Oh, I'll check the comments in a while. Oh, there's a long one in there. Whoosh. Save your comments till the end. Whoosh. Don't piss me off. I'm already pissed off. Don't poke. Just go ahead and add fuel to the fire. I'll just burn that shit up. Moving on. That's what it is. It's like I came at Russ and was like, you can't be my husband and you can't help me raise my kids. Bitch, you can't be my wife and you can't raise kids right now. Well, I mean, I can raise kids, but I wasn't ready for all that. And that's kind of where it was. It's like, I did the same thing to Wolfman. I was like, oh, dude, you're just a fuckboy. You're a Knight of Wands. Then I realized I'm a Knight of Wands. Really? Yeah, it was pretty devastating. Did any of us get ready for a relationship? I feel like I have. I had a blowjob. I had some sex. I think I'm ready. Put me in the game, God. No, and then this happens. Really? You think you're ready, and then you have no idea. You start crying about some old shit and heartbreak and fears of how big his dick might be or not, if it will be hard. I have a lot of concerns here concerning the matter. I can't think about any of this. And I try not to. My brain starts thinking. I'm like, stop worrying about shit. Who cares what size his dick is? I mean, I do care that it's hard, though. That's very important to me. This is important stuff, dude. Really? I've had some experiences. I'm not really to talk about. Oh, God. Sorry. I am too much. I know. I can't deal with myself. Why did they put me in this body? And then they're like, go get a life. I'm trying. My inner life and my outer life are just not aligning right now. All right, triggers. Because of the past pain. What is this? This is because of past pain and traumas or difficulties that are beneath the surface. Think of when an objectively beautiful person walks into the room and immediately receives jealousy and judgment from those in the room who feel insecure in themselves. I want to know, was it my outfit that did it to the crowd? What was it that made all those girls so insecure? I wasn't, you can ask everyone. I was completely covered. I had a dress that had a train. I wore boots all the way to my knees. You couldn't see anything. Really? No. I wore a cover and everything. I was completely covered in black. I told you, it looked like I just went to a funeral or something very elegant. But in the essence, it was like, what was it about me that made them run? They ran, for sure. They give you the look and then they walk away. What's wrong with me, stink face? Seriously? Yeah. And it's not that I'm skinny. It's not that. I mean, realistically, I don't know what their problem is. Anyways, think about when I walk into the room and immediately receive jealousy and judgment from those in the room who feel insecure in themselves. An alchemist like myself uses these moments as an opportunity to cleanse their shadow through the releasing of others' opinions. Realistically, I look at myself and I just tell myself, you're scared. You're scared because I look like a witch. I'd leave it at that. Really works for me. Really works for me. I don't have to worry about what about me offends you. Oh, it's the whole witch look. Bye bye. Did I look witchy? I thought I looked great. Everybody kept telling me I did. All right, putrefaction is the fifth phase of the alchemy, and it's the one of the most emotionally challenged because it requires an honest look within. And that's what the card started with. It started right away. Go within. Are you serious? I told you Metatron did this. I'm going to have to reread this card. We'll read it without the screaming and testimony now. That's what it said. Clarity. Go within. And this started right here. I'll read it to you. First line. Oh, that wasn't it. But you're supposed to be working with aquamarine. That's the most thing that said. It says, you seek clarity now on something that is bothering you and make you feel in balance, right? And I was like, what's bothering me? As soon as I started the card, I was like, oh God. And it started, I am bothered. Fuck you, Bobby, and all of this. And then I was like, yeah, maybe I don't need to be going outside. Really? I'm pissed off that I didn't go to my appointment, but then God reminded me, I'm the one that gave you this appointment, and if I told you to cancel it, then cancel it. And it's true. God told me to go. He'll tell me when to go next, when to go. So that's where that came from, and I just put my book down. It all started with this stupid card. It may be an answer that just won't come, or an explanation or a higher meaning to something happening around you. So often we think of clarity as it arrives in one defining moment in time, but clarity can come in waves when we quiet our bodies and minds and allow the moment to just be. It can last for hours, days, or months. It is the still small whispering of our soul that we often ignore and don't have time to properly hear. So that's where it is I sat down and I listened to myself. And that's what I told you. I put that video on private because the only one that needed to hear it was me. I needed to hear myself talk. A lot of times we're out there wanting to be heard, but it's just us that really needs to hear it. I don't care who watches my videos. I know the views are going up like crazy. I don't know who you are. I don't know how to read the statistics. I have this YouTube studio that shows me just some basic numbers. I don't get into I don't even know what that looks like on a computer screen. I don't do any of that shit. I would do this because I'm filled with energy and messages and I give them. And then afterwards, most of the time, unless there are too many back to back, I'll go after a cigarette or after a while and I'll go listen to what I told people because that message was for me too. And I hear parts of me and the universe and the guides and everything. Those messages are for everyone, but they're for me. And so if nobody listens to it and people think that I'm talking to a specific person, in the comments, I'm not talking to anyone but me and whoever's listening. Really? I mean, everybody in that sense. All right. A state of tranquility is needed so we can stop and allow our spiritual guides to connect with us. And that was it too. I talked about I was doing burns so that we could connect with the spirits. And that's because I was too busy. And once we go into the dark night of the soul, again, that's where they are. They're there to help walk through the darkness of this. It helps us hear them and feel their love for us. To help with this, Archangel Metatron asks you to breathe in the aquamarine energy to bring into balance your emotional state and realign and strengthen you. Really? That's where it all came up. So going back into the other card, putrefaction. Scientifically, putrefaction is the decomposition of organic matter. Use your life as a spiritual practice to start to release unconscious patterns. Doing so will create space for new healthy patterns. So what is that? What's happening right now is I'm creating a new pattern because ultimately my mind doesn't believe. It's seen so much of it not working. I have to tell it it's going to work. But it's hard to tell the mind to keep going when the mind is its own fucking power. Really? It goes back to the Chariot card. Trying to harness the mind that's what makes me the master manifester, is trying to direct my thoughts. But it takes a lot of work and it's emotionally draining because there's the part of you, which is the mind, is screaming about how it feels about things. What it thinks, it's projecting what it thinks this means. Anything. You could post something, right? And my mind's going to tell me what it thinks it means that this post means. It's going to give me an impression of what you posted. It might not be what you posted, dude. My mind could be making this up, could be like, no, you could jump to conclusions. It could do all kinds of weird shit. The mind just sees something and then jumps to a conclusion, which is an expression or an impression. Really? So all the time, my mind is coming up with impressions of what things are, and I listen to it, and then I go to my spirit, and it's like, is that true? And the spirit's like, no, tell it to look at it this way. All right, that's not how we're supposed to look at it. And that's all I'm doing all day is redirecting the mind from what it thinks things are to think a different way about what we see in our everyday life. I'm brainwashing myself with positivity all fucking day. Really? Yeah. But honoring too the feelings that come with this. I'm fucking drained. I'm angry. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm weary. There's all of this. That's the overflow of the mind, because the feelings come from the mind. If I cut off a certain part of your brain, you're not going to feel shit in your body. And that's those people in a chair. Really? Yeah. They're the sensories and whatnot. So that's what I'm talking about right now, is like, it's not my thoughts, it's my feelings. It's always the feelings. And that's where you need to feel it out and go through it. And it's just your inner child. It hasn't been heard. You didn't ask the kid in the back how he feels. Well, actually, I think this whole fucking thing sucks and I hate this fucking class. I wish I was never here. That motherfucker is stupid. Why do we keep doing it? And how come I gotta sit in this class? That's the shadow in the back of the room. Who gave it a voice? You just did. And that's parts of you. Check in with you. Not every part of you is happy with every part of everything. And it's unnatural. There's always a crabby part of you, a Krabby Patty, a fucking downer, a Debbie Downer. That's, you know what I mean? There's lots of parts of you that make you you, the pieces to make you you. And by leaving that part that's angry in the back, it just gets more and more angry. This kid in the back of the room that doesn't like the teaching is getting more and more angry about what we're learning. And it's not really learning. It gets it. I get why we're doing it, but I don't want to be in this stupid class. That's the kid, that's Billy Madison, that's been stuck in 5th grade for 4 years and doesn't want to be here. Which is what, Lilith? I don't want to be here. I don't want to fucking be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this situation. I don't want to talk to these people. I don't want to deal with this. But yet, here I am. I haven't really opened any of Carl Jung's teachings. There is a whole institute in San Francisco that teaches the very shit that I have done all on my own over here with understanding the various levels of the psyche and getting past what we know as the conscious mind into the unconscious and the exploration. He was the one that deemed it. You know what I mean? The shadow. And the Dark Night of the Soul is a poem. It's about a poem. But that's what it is. It took him 6 years to do what I've done in 2 to 3. But again, I did it with the Holy Spirit, and I didn't have, I left my whole world to do this. How long did it take Jesus to take off his life? 40 days in the woods. But he didn't have kids and a dog, and he didn't have nothing. He had, as they said, the devil tempting him to go, to give into it, to not follow God, to not go this torturous route, to just go get a job, to just go be a normal human being. Don't follow this calling. Don't follow God. Yeah, I got that too. I kept trying to go back. Hold on, God. Hold that thought. I'm going to go try to live a life without you. That didn't work. I'm a little more rebellious than Jesus. I didn't just sit there and give in. I did, but not fully. That's just all that is. So we're going through shadow work. It is Wednesday. So that aligns. Really? Yeah. I didn't wake up like this. I woke up with a beautiful attitude and an outfit to wear to go to do, learn computer skills. And then God said no. And then before I knew it, we were in the shadows crying, and I'm ready for some Oreos. Well, ain't that some shit? Sometimes, and as I said all that, it's like, I heard myself speak just like that. I'm taking on too much. It's happening too fast, and I don't need to cram it. But to this week alone, I fucking put appointments for every day this week. Why did I do that to myself? Oh, because I need to get shit done. It's my overactive mind that I can do whatever I put my mind to. But the mind doesn't take into consideration anything else. Not God, not my spirituality, not anything, not the fucking weather, not my kids, not their schedule, not nothing. We got shit to do, and we're going to get it done. And that's all it sees. And it can't be redirected. Hey, bro, not today. No, I said today. No, not today. No. And that's the, being frictional is what it is. It's like I had, when you get your mindset, it's really hard to change it. But that's the importance of what we do, is constantly changing our mind, because that mind is only going to lead us down one road. And that's what we call a timeline. You're destined to go this way. You keep thinking like that. You ever heard someone say that? Okay, then. So we're constantly trying to put in new thoughts, but the old way of thinking is just there. That's how we process thoughts. So it's like such a pain in the ass. In the essence of, let's just look how my mind works. New love equals, oh my God, what happened with the last love? It just jumps backwards. Instead of looking forwards, it jumps backwards. It jumps back. Instead of looking hopeful, it looks, instead of looking for, the hope, it looks at the failure. It's just like, damn, this fucking mind. Why do you always got to go backwards? Well, realistically, because what's back there is making me scared to go forwards. And that's honorable. I am scared of doing this. And when they tried to say that I was going to fall in love with fucking Wolfman, I was going to give into it. I was like, I cannot do this again. Especially not him. Especially not him. Really? Then Brian comes along, and I'm like, I'm less scared. I can honor and say that. But I'm still believing the same shit. I'm sure he's married and this is not going to happen. But at least I was brave enough to try, and that's all it is. I'm brave enough to try, but I don't expect that anything's going to come out of it. It never has before. Just my healing. And that's the pessimism, I believe. Really? And that's what I mean. I'm working towards it, but I don't believe it's going to work. In the sense of it hasn't before, and that's kind of where it is you just keep working at it. I mean, one day it'll work, but it'll surprise me as much as the next person, because every time I go into it, I'm not sure it's going to work either. I'm not going in there like, this is going to work. No. Looking at Bobby, I knew damn well this was going to end bad every single time I ended up with him. Did I know he was going to ghost? I learned that after a couple times. I begged him not to do it, but he still did. And that's where it is you ask them to change who they are. That's just who they are. They can't change who they are unless they're trying consciously, like myself, to change. And that's hard work, to sit there all day changing who I am, to be a better version. Can't expect someone to do it unless you're doing it for yourself. And that's what it is. I can't change you. I can't sit there all day riding you. I wouldn't even try. I have to do that for myself all day, is ride myself all day. Really? And that's what it is. It's like, I just need someone that takes it that serious in their own life. And then we align, because that's all I'm doing all day. Really? Where we at, God? 2 of Wands, huh? Really? I'm going to keep it simple out of the simple tarot. There's like paragraphs of shit in there. Really? Yeah, I can see it in the freaking comments from here. I'm ready to have a lunch now. They were having ceviche. I was like, no, I don't want to put ceviche on my stomach. You like ceviche? Yeah, my stomach's, I don't know. I don't feel well. I'm going to keep it cool. I really just want all the things I can't have, which is like cheese. I want a big block of cheese. Where is this? Wands. This book is different, so forgive me. Okay, so I saw a wand. There it is. Ace 2. Planning, decision, exploring. Changes ahead. It's time to sit down and plan out what you want to do going forward. Create a strategy or map. Set yourself up for success. Confident expectations. Reverse possibility. Over analyzing and avoiding risks. I'm not doing any of that today. Why? Because my mind keeps trying to do it, is plan out my future, and that's fucking me up. That's what got me in this problem. I keep trying to make plans, and they're not working out. Really? Yeah. I planned to go somewhere yesterday, and that wasn't according to God's plan. I had plans for today. I have fucking plans for tomorrow that, God willing, will still align with, and it's Jupiter, so it should. I have plans already for fucking Friday. Okay? I'm not planning anything else. Realistically, I think I did make an appointment for next week too. Why? It's just, I'm letting it go by itself instead of trying to control it. I'll just let it kind of flow, because it's just, I'm not doing it. Really? No. I don't. Tomorrow is another day. I'm not planning today. Really? Because of the overanalyzation that's going on in my head. I don't want to think. I'm like turning it off. Really? Yeah. Spiritual work in hand. As if. Oh, the sun. It came out in the last video. Being truthful and honest, huh? I mean, I am. I'm being honest about my feelings. That's all you can do. Honestly, bro. Everything's happening a little too fast. I'm getting a little overwhelmed. And then they're trying to throw a lever in me. It's all happening a little fast. Really? A little fast. It's okay. It's just happening fast. It's like the 2nd week of January. Or 3rd. I don't know. It's just happening too fast. And as soon as I as soon as I look up, there's another appointment, and there's another thing, and there's another thing, and there's another thing. And it's like all of these things lead to another thing, and it becomes my future. I'm walking into my future a little fast. All right, joy, alignment, vitality. The sun is always a beautiful omen. It represents success and abundance. Difficult times are behind you, or soon will be. It also refers to your personality and the people that are drawn to your light. This is a time to set forth with confident expectation that all is in alignment and conspiring for your highest good. This is a sign to move forward on a project or plan. Take a moment to bask in the glorious moments that is your life. The only thing holding me back is me. And if I say I'm not ready, then I'm honoring that I'm not ready. Really? Yeah. What am I referring to? Whatever it is. Like, for example, today, I didn't go to my computer training class. Okay? So that means that I don't have my computer training, that I needed to be ready. So if I'm not ready, it's because I wasn't ready to be ready. Really? Yeah, something like that. Really? Yeah. And you can't force yourself to do something you're not ready to do. I think that's when you go into, survival mode. It's like, all right, I guess that's kind of where I feel like right now a lot of things are happening just so fast. Tomorrow I go, it's just happening so fast. I close up the apartment and then you know what I mean? I'm supposed to be I just this list in my head is getting big. I'm supposed to be packing. It can happen by you know what I mean? It's just happening too fast. And then the new job too. I was like, "Come on, God, give me a break with the job." Well, by me not going for the training, that pushes it off and that gives me the break. And I didn't do it, but and that's what I asked for God. I asked God, just give me a break with the job. Don't push too much on me at one time. I'm going to go cuckoo. Well, just emotionally, I'll get overwhelmed by all of this. It's not like I can't handle it, but the emotions of everything is a little bit it's overstimulating. It's like I am overstimulated about getting a new house. I don't know if you realize what that brings up. It brings up a lot. I am overstimulated about that. Then when I went in to go talk to them about, the budget, they told me they don't have the budget ready and it's not going to be what I thought it was. It's going to be less. So now I'm like, well, what is it? So I have concerns about meeting my needs in the house where I didn't have concerns really about that to begin with. And I really don't, but it's just a lot of unknowns are coming at me, and too much unknown makes you feel uncomfortable, and you need something a little bit comfortable, some kind of knowing in this very unknown place. And that's what I was trying to explain. This is like an energetic fucking storm. All I can do is hold on to the boat and face the wave that's in front of me. I don't know what comes behind that wave. And that's like taking it one very small step at a time. But at the same time, filling up my boat with water is killing me. Really? Yeah. All of these commitments to do all this stuff is killing me. So I needed to take a pause and just focus on one thing at a time. Focusing on all areas of my life at the same time is a little blurry. Really? Hmm. But take a moment to bask in the glorious moment that is your life. Reverse possibility, feeling clouded and unsure. Play with your inner child and overconfident. I wouldn't say I'm overconfident. I wouldn't say I'm underconfident. I have all confidence in God. I'm just being honest with my inner child. There's a lot going on and it doesn't feel safe. I'm okay, but my inner self isn't okay with all the chaos that's going on right now. It's positive chaos. I'm getting all new things. And it's just like you tell your child, oh, we're about to move to a new house and dad's got a new job and you're going to make new friends. And there's this boy you're going to talk to and you're going to love all of this. And the kid's like, okay. Realistically, you expect it to be just excited, but what does the child really feel when you just tell him all that? You're pulling them out of their house and putting them in a new house. You're telling them that they're going to go to a new school and then all of this. And that's really it. It's like, let me check in on myself. And my inner self is just like, I'm pretty pissed off about all of this. There's some part of me in the back that's just not happy about the situation. There's always that side, right? Why aren't you happy? Because this has been a bullshit ass ride. Okay, but the ride's almost over. Well, when is it over? Something like that. Really? We're not there yet. There's still much to do. And that's chaos, bro. Really? And then getting into a new place and feeling safe in that place. When's the last time you slept? I know those feelings. When's the last time you slept in a new place and you had to feel safe? Is my car safe? How many times do you lock the door? You wake up in a new place in the new morning and you don't know, you know what I mean? Realistically. And then you got to make this place comfortable for you. You have to find places, you know what I mean? I told you I have terrible OCD. Terrible. You know what I mean? Like, that's the most uncontrollable thing. There's too much new going on. It's scary. You ever been scared of so much new? Or you don't have anything new going on? It's been like that for a long time. That's what I mean. There's so many things going on, so much new stuff that it gets overwhelming, and I kind of just like, the inner child gets a little crazy. I think in anything, it gets angry. There was a tantrum. And that's probably what came out earlier. It wasn't really, I wasn't screaming or anything. I was just like telling my true feelings in a very hurtful way, projecting them. Well, okay. What's the outcome, God? Okay. Okay, we didn't get too far. We went to the Three of Wands. What is that? Continuing the marathon continues. Really? Progress, expansion, foresight. Looking ahead at possibilities and potential. Plans are going smoothly. Opportunities are expanding. You are in a strong position. Travel. Reverse possibility. Delays, lack of progress, or limits. I don't have any of that. No, not really. No. No. That's why I'm like not doing this. Like I was gonna get caught up in shit. I was like, all right, if I'm not gonna do that today, then I'm gonna get all my information from my car and turn that in. Well, once I do that, then they're gonna issue the funds, and then I gotta turn around and go get all this shit done. Which means I gotta fucking go and you know what I mean, print and pay and do all of this stuff and get it all together. And that's just one thing. Okay, so then once I'm done with that, then my mind's like, okay, now let's move on to another task and another task and another task. And that's where I am. I'm in a very planning and executing phase, but I was told to just put an all stop right now. And I honor that because I'm getting irritated with it all. Really? A little bit. It's just overwhelming. What overwhelmed me? The guy. It always does. That's a touchy subject. That lover's card did it. Really? Yeah. It's like, why are you quiet? Just listening. I've been working towards it. Again, it's what you're working towards, but it's also the thing that's working against you. It's your biggest battle. Right? I don't know how to explain that to somebody that has never fought any of these internal battles. You're never going to understand it. I'm trying to think of a way to describe this. I don't know, because nobody's ever fought that kind of battle. Not this particular one. Because it's of the heart and they lose to the mind every time. They don't fight the battle. They give up. They're lost in the mind about it. They've never fought this battle. No? Mm-mm. If there was another, then you would know of a famous twin flame relationship before mine. If there was any other that were able to do exactly what you were supposed to do with it, then you would already have known of them. They'd be famous, just like we will be. Nobody's ever fought the battle. Okay, maybe they did, but they lost. When I met that girl in my car, she's like, I think you met your twin flame. And she's grabbing her bags out of my back seat. And I was like, how'd it work out for you? It's like, it almost ruined my marriage. And she closed the door and she went back to her happy little home. And as I started to take this journey, I thought about it. It's like that was your only chance to get out of that fake life I just dropped you off at. If I wouldn't have given in, to this feeling in my heart, and it started with loving a person, and it went so much further than that. It's its own language now, and it guides me every day in every way. It tells me what to eat, how to dress, everything. It tells me everything about everyone and everything about everything. But if I wouldn't have started listening to it in the beginning, I would have never became the free soul that I am. And if she had met her twin flame and she just shut off her heart to that person and went back to her bitch ass life, then she will never know where that love could have took her. And as I've experienced it, it didn't take me into that man's arms. It took me to God and far beyond God, beyond the universe, beyond anything I ever thought. And it was just a love activation for an absolute stranger. And though I know all this, and I'm being told it's going to happen again quite shortly, like even possibly in this week, I know this can take me to the furthest lengths that I've never been before, but I'm still sad that it doesn't take me to a man. And I know one day it will, but I'm still sad that it hasn't yet. And because it hasn't yet, I'm angry that it might not happen this time. And that's just honoring the trueness of what's going on inside of me that I haven't listened to with everything else that's going on outside of me. I'm so busy taking care of my outside world that I haven't realized that there's feelings inside of me that need to be addressed, which is sadness and fear and anger. And those are important because if I don't address them, they're going to come out on my outside world in different areas. They'll come out on my friends. They'll come out on my housing. They'll come out in different areas. If I don't admit what I'm sad about or what I'm angry about, shit, hold on a second. And we're back. Dude, just like that, you got to say no. What was that? Someone calling to schedule appointments. Again, I tried to make appointments and they're calling me back to schedule them. And I just said I'm not scheduling any appointments. And that's what I told them. Unfortunately, I'm in a meeting and I cannot do any scheduling at this time, but I will call you back. Really? Yeah. And that's what it is I'm so busy on the outside. I'm not paying attention to my insides. It sounds great. It always sounds great, but there's parts of me that are still scared and are still angry and are still hurt about what I've been through. And as much as I'm like, come on, this is going to be great. We're going to go meet a guy and it's going to be great. There's a part of me that's got its feet in the ground and is like, this isn't going to be great. Do you know what guys have done? And it's just sitting there, trying to replay the situation of what I've been through. And as I'm trying to tell it, yeah, but all of that was for a good reason. There's still a part of me that's like, I don't really want to do this. And that's just a true part. And I have to honor that part and I have to nurture that part. Otherwise, it's going to, you know what I mean? Throw me off. Really? Yeah. And that's going back to, a part of me is like, that's it. The inner child is not just upset about, not just uncomfortable about the man, but the whole situation. Everything's changing too fast and I'm feeling overwhelmed. My inner child's overwhelmed about it. I'm doing it and pushing through it, but my insides aren't feeling so good about it. They just need more. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. It just means I need more nurturing to myself during this time of change. Really? That's all. I don't need it from someone. I need it from me. I need to stop what I'm doing and take care of me. Sit with my feelings and make myself feel better. Sit with my thoughts and make myself think better. Welcome. I am your spiritual healer. That's what that means. Really? Yeah. So I hope you saw that and you got something out of it. Again, you didn't see the first part to the second part, but you didn't really need to see me act a fool, did you? There's plenty of videos of it. I have not hid any of those videos. Really? No, they're all in there. Keep scrolling. There's a bunch of them. If you find a Monday video, that's usually when I'm most angry. I'm not the same on a moon day. No, because I'm deep in my emotions and that's where the shadows hide. Really? Yeah. So that's where we are and that's what we're doing. We're doing nothing today but taking care of ourselves, our inner selves. And that's what I said. I need to take care of my inner self. I'm going to give it the food that it's like. Sometimes you need to feed the flesh so that you can feel a little bit better. Stop denying your flesh, which is your feelings. Really? My feelings, you know what I mean? I need to make myself feel safe, comfort myself. Sometimes it's through meditation, but just sitting there, you know what I mean? Comfort foods, comfort places. And that was playing with your inner child. Give your inner child some attention during this time where it's feeling left out and it's like you're being too much of an adult and you're forgetting that there's a part of you that's, that's being drugged through this. Really? Yeah. All the parts of you that make you. All right, let's read these comments and get on with my life. Oh my God. Christianity is the misinterpretation of Buddhism and I think they put Tao principles. During a time when trade was expended to the Roman state, was falling to install Hellenism, the Hermeticism parallel is imperative. Whoa! It's very in depth. Can we put that into English, please? Christianity is a misinterpretation. No, it isn't. To say that any of these are a copy of those is stupid. All of them, all religions are God expressed, the word of God expressed through a messenger that you proclaimed as your God. And you live by that message. It's the same message in the Holy Bible as it is in the teachings of Buddha, as it is in the Bhagavad Gita, as it is, and I've seen in my Quran. It seems to be the same teachings in the Book of Mormon. And what other one did we just start reading? Jewish mysticism. We're reading a book on what Jews believe. So we were talking about the Islams. All of them believe in a certain code of conduct. So it's not a misinterpretation. It's the interpretation of God that was given to that time in that period. God came to all people and in all times, all cultures, through a messenger of their tribe, is what we'll say. He didn't leave anyone out. He didn't leave anyone out. He sent many messengers. He sent many incarnations of himself to teach humanity. Really? Yes, he awoken many incarnations of himself, as I should say. Going back to Moses and all of them. We are all that, and that's what Jesus tried to teach you. Same as Buddhism tries to teach you that the universe is within, and all of that. All of them try to teach you the eternal God. Not external God, the eternal God. It's not an interpretation. It's how God came to this civilization. Okay? Okay. Next one. Hello. Hello to you too. Say he is Allah. Who is one Allah? The eternal refuge. He neither budgets nor is born, nor is there to him any equivalent. That's to say that God took one singular form, and that would go against all holy teachings across the world. You believe there's one God, but in the teaching of God, he doesn't come in one form. That goes against all religious beliefs, to believe that we all believe in one God. Some believe that their one God was Muhammad, but that's where we realize that the one God is revealed in all people. Really? Yeah. So, nor is there to him any equivalent. We can't be equivalent to God because we're only a fraction of God. It would take all of us, and even all of us wouldn't equal the totality of him, because he is without form. He is in all forms. God is in all things. I can break this down to furniture. Realistically, he is the thought that's given of creation. It's through that thought that he gave you that you created a form, which is in essence God. If God is nothing more than the thought, and the thought is turned into form, then this is a form of God. Correct? Correct. And that's where I teach you how to work with God in all things. Now, as part of the magical folk, or somebody that works with energy or even witchcraft, however you want to see it, with that understanding that I am the light of God, and that God's light lives within all things, and that I can connect with God's light in all things through my light, then that gives me ability to do paranormal activities, because I'm connecting with something that's paranormal, not of the norm, that's from the outer conscious of subatomic matter, which is nothing more than the spirit. The spirit of God lies within all things. And if I know how to work, that I know that spirit in myself, and I can connect with that spirit of God in you, or in the weather, or in a light post, or in a computer, I can, you know what I mean? Do you see how you can work with the connection of God? And that's where you become a co-creator, working with the elements. That's the magicianal work. God is in all elements. If you work with God, then you work with all elements of God. Then it's all positivity. Realistically, if I only worked with Jesus, then that means I only know a portion of what God was trying to teach to people. If I only worked with Buddhists, then I would only know a portion of what God was trying to teach to people. Okay? Now that goes back to the garden. If I only ate potatoes, then I would never know how great tomatoes or strawberries or, you know what I mean, anything else in the garden is. If I only dealt with white people, then I would never know how great black people are. If I only dealt with black people, I'd never know how great Asians are. Now, let me ask you this. I'm going to end on this note. What are you having for dinner tonight? Are you having your own cultural food tonight? Or is there a possibility you might be eating somebody else's food, praying to someone else's God, saying someone else's words, living someone else's life in someone else's skin? Is your skin yours? Your skin was created with a mixture of your father and your mother's. It was given to you. It was a package, along with all of the generational curses that they have, which could be your receding hairline, your ingrown toenails, or your lack of boobs and a small dick. That all came from your parents too. That wasn't a gift of God. That was the package you came in. It didn't matter. If your father is a short, stubby dude and his wife is a short, stubby bitch, you have no power of God is going to make you 6 feet tall. Is that who you are, or just the package you came in? What if you're larger than life? You're a giant stuck in a little bitty body. And that you go look at Kevin Hart. He's a very short man, but he is larger than life. Are you the package you came in on? Just trying to show you that, the diversity. So going back to your skin, you think you're black? Are you 100% black? And okay, so how did your black ancestors get here? Okay, now let's go through it, through the evolutionary of how they got here and what they've become and how other black citizens have evolved. On the scale from that, where do you stand? Okay, that's what I'm saying. We can't do this. We can't say that Buddhists are closer to God. We can't say a race is a better race. We can't say any of this anymore. You're talking to the Lilith of equality. One God to rule them all. And that's what I show you. Your God is true. There was many gods. People prayed to God before Jesus. And they prayed to a true God. They weren't praying to a false God before they found out the word of Christ. They prayed to real gods. The Egyptian gods were real gods. The Greek gods were real gods. Muhammad is a real God. All of them are real gods. Buddha was a real God to people. Michael Jackson, fucking Tupac Shakur, and Kobe Bryant are gods and to people. That is God in the human form. And through them, they learned love and light. Okay? There's not one form of God. God comes in all forms. And when you understand that, you'll be open to receiving other people. Because they are a seed of God. This is a different part of God you've never seen before. He put his own self into that person, bro. I know you can't see it because they're just being a regular person trying to live a regular life. But I promise you, God is in there. And if it's God in the feminine form, there's a goddess in there too. Really? Yeah. So going into that, I don't know about that. And that was the any equivalent. No. We would have to take all of the universe back to be equivalent to God because he portioned himself into all things. For us to be whole like God, we'd have to take the whole of God and put it back together, which means we wouldn't really exist. We're micro to the macro. We're just a seed of what he is. We're a sperm. We're all sperm of God. Realistically, I don't know why you can't biblically pin this back to the fact that there was only one man and one woman. We're all of the same seed, inbreeders. Hey, love you, laters. Bye-bye now.